All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Recall the Moment podcast. I am Josh, the vocalist of the band, and today we have been given the opportunity to talk with Remlia.
Woo! Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Music and metal.
Thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind giving your names and your positions in the band, please.
I'm Alex Goldthwaite. Well, technically, we're doing a dynamic shift now. We have a new member with a former new member.
Yeah.
I guess you would call
Old
it.
new kind of stuff.
So
Old
we're
new.
gonna do a dynamic shift. I am playing bass, but I'll be doing guitar as well on the rhythm side of things.
Okay. So you'll be shifting over to the bass then, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because my name is Zach Hansen. I do bass. I started with Remlia on bass and had to take a hiatus. Came back. Now I'm doing rhythm. And like he said, we're just doing an idea of doing a whole dynamic duo kind of thing.
All right. Now, how confusing is it going to be having two Zachs in the band?
It wasn't confusing at first. It's just when you hear someone in the background, it's like, hey, Zach. Like, oh, that guy. Okay.
I just call main Zach Denny now
Denny.
because now we have Mr. Hansen here. So I'll call him Zach, and I'll just say Denny.
Right. You should probably mention, I guess, the other two members of the band as well, too. So
Oh, yeah. Zach Denny, he's the OG founding member. He's guitars and vocals, lead guitar. And Mr. JJ, Jimmy
Jam.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Jam, he's our drummer.
All right. Cool beans. That was a backfire from a mower. This is going to be fun. So I brought you guys on here today to talk about the new album with Black Creek Cove, right?
Yes.
And it's an 8-track album.
Yes.
What was the experience recording?
So when I joined the band back in September 2022, the album was already pretty much done
Okay.
when I joined these guys. So when I joined in, I was playing by ear.
Right.
Every practice we'd run through. So I ended up learning the first EP first, and then we touched the album. I had pretty much 3 months time to learn, I guess you would call it, was it 8 songs on the album, 5 on the EP.
About 14, 15
About
songs.
14, 15 songs
Yeah.
within a 3-month time period. And I've always been an adapter. It's more, my play style is I hear something and it takes me a couple minutes to figure it out
Right,
myself.
okay.
So yeah, the album was already done. It was in the mastering stages when I joined.
Okay.
So-
Who produced it? Do you know that?
Mr. Grant Tyler Dawson.
I've heard that name through our friends before.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good things.
Yeah, I've heard that he works with the former guitarist from Volbeat, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So he's got pretty good studio experience.
Nice.
So if anything, he's very confident about what he does for the studio.
Okay.
Because I wasn't on the album as well.
Right.
Because it was already in production. You got Jimmy Jam and Denny. They were already doing the work. They were working with other artists as well, doing extra vocals for the album.
Okay.
So you'll hear dynamic duos doing certain songs or
Okay.
most of the songs.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed in Name Your Demon Name Your Demon sounds like it's a different song than the rest of the album, in my own opinion.
And it goes back
In
to
a good
like,
way, but-
like a metalcore idea.
Yeah, it almost sounds. Is it a different vocalist on it? Do you?
There is.
Yeah.
That was in the former band I was with, a guy's named Mikey Miller.
Okay.
He's with Fate Eternal, and he did vocals for Name Your Demons.
Okay.
Denny said he had like a list of like 9 different people on his like group list, and everyone's just answering. He's like, "Oh, I want you to do something. I want you to do something. Oh, you can't make it. I'll just get this guy to do it." All that
Right.
good stuff, you know.
So did they travel out to Grant? Do you know, or was it all like done
I think
in
they
Delaware?
all went to.
Because Grant's not in Delaware, right? He's somewhere else.
I think he might be out in Maryland.
Yeah, I think that's where he's stationed at.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never met the guy personally myself.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I think
Same.
he wanted everything to be at the studio, so everyone had to go to that studio.
Gotcha. Okay. I had a good time listening to the album. I especially like Nails. That is my favorite song on it.
And that's always the worst one I want to play. I love it too. It's a good song, but
It's upbeat.
Technicality-wise,
It's
it is
upbeat. It's
so
to
tiring.
the point. There's not a whole lot of intro in it. It just jumps right in. Here's Nails.
Yeah.
The very
I
end
really
of the
like
song,
that kind of.
Pretty much hammer on the nail, going straight into it.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
pretty much the very end of the song is the only time that you get a freaking break from the tempo. It's just it's just that slow breakdown at the
You
end.
finally get to that bridge.
It's like, okay, this feels better now.
Oh man! All right, cool. Yeah, I did like Nails. Feed Your Pig. I wasn't
Feed the
as
Pig.
huge a fan, or Feed the Pig. Yeah, I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
a huge fan in the beginning of it, but as I listened to it, I've listened to it a good 6-7 times now. The whole album.
Yeah.
And
With
the
my
intro-
personal thing about that is just like it's better to see that live than it is on the album.
Right. Well, that's where I was saying is like the first few times I heard it, I wasn't a huge fan, and then as I listened to it, I was like, well, that could be like a crowd chant in the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's I started seeing like the idea of it from there, and I was pretty cool with it.
Little snippet, that actual sound clip you hear is him hitting one string openly, and as he's tremolo picking that, and as he's doing it, he's pushing the string down onto the bridge
Okay.
and making that high squeal and slowly letting off and doing that type of deal.
Okay.
Kind of like how
That's
Ozzy did with Iron Man. He would bend the open on the neck up there. But,
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But it seems like it could be like a really cool, like, if you could get crowd participation, that would be the
Right.
one that like get everybody hyped up and working with you as a band to get started on the show.
It's personally one of my favorites, vocal pattern wise.
Is it?
Because when he starts getting into it with the verse,
Mm-hmm.
his voice, his tempo matches with the beat so well. And
Right.
it just runs.
Right.
It just keeps running.
It's like some Cannibal Corpse kind of thing going on. Like,
Right. Well, you had said that you were one of the original members? Or?
No. The only original members is pretty much Jimmy Jam and Denny. So
Okay.
I joined in, was it 2021?
21.
And I did like 8 months with them, did shows, Virginia, we did Maryland, Delaware.
So you know a little bit more about the history of Remlia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started hanging out with them back in like 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
I went to their shows. I was doing shows with them, all that stuff. So I got talking with them, and we became friends through show participation.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool. I wrote down that the Green Mile was really cool, but I don't know why I wrote that down. So we're
It's not a bad song.
It's not a bad song. It is like I think it was the drum pattern itself in it. Was it that one or Ghost House? Was it Ghost House?
Between
Ghost.
Green
House
Mile and
Ghost.
House Ghost, those two, we kind of flip flop them a lot.
Yeah.
Because, they have certain patterns that are similar to each other, but they're completely different in their own way.
Right. The cymbal pattern on one of them is like a lot different than everything. I like fun drums.
Yeah.
So hearing a little ting ting a couple of times, and I think
House Ghost has that ting in the beginning.
then it must have been that one. Then I did like that. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I've run out of notes already. We're only 10 minutes in.
You should have been more prepared for this.
I should have been more prepared, but we
But,
run.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I was told by my family members to freaking write down my responses and go over in my head. And what did I do? I didn't do the
Didn't do
darn
that,
thing.
We'll probably
I'm
we'll
winging the
probably
entire
clip that little
experience
bit
here.
out, like where it's like, what are we gonna talk about? I did see the album cover
Yes.
is pretty dope. The Lighthouse Warzone type deal.
Yep. The lighthouse is actually it's Cape Henlopen, right? It's the Cape Henlopen.
Oh, so it's a real
Lighthouse.
thing. I thought it was like
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
AIR.
real lighthouse in Delaware.
Okay.
And keep it with the 302 metal kind of idea.
It's either the Lewis Lighthouse or it's the Cape Henlopen Lighthouse. Zach picked that
Yeah.
and had Patrick Williams did the artwork from Erase Me
Okay.
for that.
Okay. Cool. So it was based on an actual lighthouse, but it was drawn by like somebody.
Yeah, Patrick drew the lighthouse up,
Okay.
his own, and then made the background what it was.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah,
And
it's-
I've seen a lot of times this, I guess it's like a secondary logo, First State Metal. Is that?
That's the band's motto. That's what that's what Denny came up with
Yeah.
when he first. I'm assuming when he first made the band.
Yeah, it's kind of like their niche that they want to bring, because their past shirts that they did,
Mhm.
it was like get your 302 metal. It was like Remlia is like another guy watching.
So like a club almost.
Almost,
like
yeah.
build up a club of local bands.
Yeah.
Type deal.
Yeah,
Under the First State Metal kind of like mantra type deal.
yeah.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
They've been running with that for like several years. I don't even know when they started that.
Yeah,
Might have been back in like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
So
And who started the legislative or executive?
Denny did the. He considers a band as a structural, fundamental government type of deal. Because
Okay.
you look at a band, it's like a business. So you have your executive who makes the final, who pretty much has the final say. So judicial. He was our treasurer, but me and him have kind of like split that. I still have the money box, and I've been making purchases for the band, like shirts wise and merchandise and all that.
Very cool.
So
New
it's
pickups.
it's easier, and it's easier for nicknames too in the chat, especially
So-
when we have two Zachs now. So
Right.
Yeah.
you
Now
have
you
executive,
usually
he's
two
House
of
of
them.
Representatives, I'm legislation.
Okay, so each of you like carries your own branch of government.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So what will you be?
I'm the House of Representatives.
You will be the House of Representatives. Okay.
Which kind of makes sense since I'm here.
Fair enough.
I'm legislated. I'm pretty much. I mean, Denny does his own advertising with the band on social media, but I push more
Right.
because I have more time. I have a lot more time on my hands.
Fair.
Even when I'm working, because I drive, and if I'm not driving, I'm in the passenger seat to jobs. So I'm always online doing something, advertising something for the band.
Now, speaking of online, I haven't found much on the YouTube for you guys.
There is a channel. It's Remlia. It's just Remlia if you look it up.
Is it?
A couple other things pop up. We're
Yeah.
not the first thing that pops up with Remlia.
Right.
On
So
YouTube.
do you guys not post there regularly?
As far as YouTube, I don't think so.
Yeah, as far as
Yeah.
YouTube, the only thing we've uploaded recently was the album.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, you can probably find it under like a topic search. You'll be able to find Remlia.
That's where I found
Yeah.
the album originally.
Right.
Under,
And you can
YouTube
find the
Music.
original channel
Yeah.
with that topic search.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
EP Bottom Line's on there too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So along with Venom,
Yeah.
I've seen Venom. Was it on YouTube or was it maybe like a
I think he
Bandcamp or
released
something?
that one on Bandcamp or Reverb.
Might
think.
have been Bandcamp.
It might have been.
I think
That
so.
one's harder to find than anything else.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the story was on that. What him and Eric did
I
as
don't
far as
really
letting that
remember
song
that
out.
one. If anything, with the whole situation with Venom, might have been just like a whole Bandcamp experience thing.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of bands doing that type of promotion,
Right.
and it kind of falls through. It kind of doesn't. You just have to have that following to make it stronger. And I don't know. I don't really agree with Bandcamp, but at
Right.
the same time, I use that just to find or discover new shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, like as musicians, like we do a lot more social media than any of us really want to either.
Yeah. Right.
So I mean, it's a necessary evil for a lot of it. You
Yeah.
know?
Chaos brings what?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean, like I typically we had talked before, doing the podcast and stuff. That like I was almost never on social media until I started doing band stuff.
Right.
So-
it just kind of puts you out there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, am I myself out a little?
What's
I
your
don't-
street corner name?
Well, we won't get into that one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, you do have a YouTube then.
Yeah. I gotta
Just
get on the whole. I've been kind of slacking a little bit the last couple of weeks. I've just been taking some time, but I gotta get back on the horse there. We're also on Spotify, Reverb Nation. The album is also on.
I think that's where Venom
Apple.
was, the Reverb Nation. I think that's where I had saw it originally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Black Creek Cove and Bottom Line should also be on Apple Music.
Yeah.
For the iPhone users
How
out
are you
there.
getting on Apple Music? Because I have tried, and
That's
they keep
Denny.
denying me.
I think Denny uses DistroKid
Okay.
to put everything out.
Okay. I'm using 1 RPM.
And a DistroKid expands to all the platforms pretty much.
Gotcha. Yeah. For a while, 1 RPM is what we've been using for Recall the Moment.
Okay.
And like we send it to Apple, and it just
Right.
keeps getting sent back.
Yeah.
And then we used to be able to get on Pandora, but it's not even an option in their menus anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I think when
go
it
on.
comes to like studio access, there's like a media bundle that you can get.
Maybe,
And
yeah.
I think that offers a verification for Apple Music.
Right. So
Yeah.
you guys pay for the distro kid though, right? Like that's
all
it's a
Denny's
paid
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Denny has all that. He holds all the main accounts for Remlia as far as releasing songs and stuff like that.
I kind of wish he was here.
Yeah, I mean, sad thing, you know, it's a bit.
You
of a
don't have
drive
to get
for
into
him.
personal stuff. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
absolutely don't get into personal stuff. This
Yeah,
stuff
he's
goes
got
on the
his
internet.
own thing that he's dealing with right now. It's been
Yeah.
pretty tough for like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, that's fine. We miss you, buddy.
He's with us in spirit.
We hope to get to see you here soon.
He sent us here confident we can handle this. So
and so far,
I
it's
mean, I
going
feel
pretty
like
well.
we've done a pretty decent job. We're 17 minutes in. We've only had a handful of flubs, you know,
Yeah.
here and there. So, so I'm new to this. Y'all's is new to this. You know, we're here to talk about you guys. That's,
Right,
you
right.
know, so I'm just kind of trying to like sit back and hear what y'all have to say about the band. Like, you know, I know you guys have done a lot of shows recently.
Yeah,
You guys did a festival
we did.
a couple of weeks ago. Was
Wasn't
it?
that Sonar?
We did 2 Sonar Fests. So we did one June 10th up in Pittsburgh at Turtle Creek. Turtle Creek at the Subalpine, and then that next weekend we had to go to Baltimore for the same festival at the Fishhead Cantina.
Okay. So those are pretty big crowds, like out there then, yeah, right?
Yeah,
likely, yeah,
generally. I mean, we were on the earlier slots, so
Yeah.
um,
I mean, still people coming in.
People
getting
coming
beers,
in.
You know.
Leon Sohail, he does great work in promoting and getting bands. No matter if you're from Delaware, Pennsylvania, Virginia, he'll find you
Oh,
a
yeah.
spot somewhere.
Yeah.
He's
He's-
very flexible.
Is he?
He's-
Yeah.
Okay.
He loves the industry for the scene, for all aspects of metal, rock, all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tribute bands especially. He loves
He
his
loves
tribute
tributes.
bands.
Who doesn't though? I mean, like
He's in his
they're
own
around
actually.
everywhere.
Misfits.
He's working very closely with like Pantera from
Okay.
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And then he brings them down to Delaware so we can listen to it in Delaware.
And you guys played your original music out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've live. As far as I'm considered, we've only done 2 cover songs live. Since I've been in, we've done. What's that Stone Temple Pilots song? That. I think it's Dead Roses or something.
Okay.
And then
Something about roses.
yeah.
Something about roses. Okay.
And then we did A Place for My Head from Linkin Park.
Okay. Yep.
That's one of my more favorite ones.
That's a good
bass-wise
one to play. Everybody knows that one. So
I think
Yeah.
we're working on another one for Gojira, Stranded.
nice. Okay.
And I think there was one that Denny mentioned that he wanted
Raise
to do.
Your Horns,
Yeah.
Amon Amarth. Eventually, we want to tackle that one.
Yeah, that would
But
be an interesting one.
Gojira would be
Yeah.
first, since we've already started to work on that rhythm-wise.
So now that you guys are done with this new album, when are you going to be starting to work with them on the next album?
Well, there was
Or
an
is it already started?
There was an idea that's been started, and they want to do like a throwback to classic songs that they did in the past,
Okay.
and bring them back and modernize it. So I think they're going to try and do like a scrap metal.
So like prior to Bottom Line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
It's
the older
like
So
stuff.
none of this has been
Now,
recorded
I'm
yet.
talking about the songs that 302 Metal was familiar with before they even did Bottom Line.
Okay.
Like they got songs about Debbie Cakes. They got a song about pizza. Shit like that. They want to go back to that and bring them forward into a more modernized like music that we're bringing.
Right.
So
Upgraded
that's an
drum
idea
sounds and
that
stuff, yeah.
was passed around when I was with them before I took my hiatus, and they were finishing the Black Creek Cove.
Right.
So they've been talking about it.
So about how long do you think from concept to finished product would take you to get to what you're wanting with these, like the Debbie Cake songs and stuff?
And I think it might be
Because I mean, like, I feel like the
maybe a year
foundation,
and a
like
half.
if the foundation's already there, it might, get there a little faster.
Oh yeah, but to bring it as like a 4-piece band,
Right.
having both me and Alex be part of it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I would
This
go
band was
heavy on the advertising
traditionally
on
a
that part of
3-piece
it. I like
too.
everyone is there, make sure to get pictures and video, everything.
Yeah.
Might have to add a little bit extra like YouTube stuff.
YouTube is a big one, and that's pretty much all Recall at the moment is YouTube and TikTok. So, and it's getting people's attention,
Yeah.
So, I mean, we just keep doing it.
I've been on the totter there about getting us a TikTok page too, just to do
TikTok's
like
just
for like
not really
like,
my main choice.
Like have
I
someone.
don't think it's anybody's main choice, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but TikTok's got, it's got some outreach.
Yeah,
It
but
does.
it's all short clips most of the time.
Well,
that's where I would debate you, because the last song that we released, Trials and Triumph,
Yeah.
shameless plug. Like we were catching like on YouTube like maybe 50 views per video and stuff, and Trials
Yeah.
ended up with like such a massive thing on TikTok because you can post up to 10 minutes now.
Wow.
So we
they're
posted
doing more like Apple stuff.
right.
Like
So I was
Quidbee or
like, we
something.
posted the YouTube video, and I was like, shrink it down and make it for TikTok. Just put the whole thing out there, and it worked. So I might debate you on that one a little bit. I mean, like, it's not anyone's prime choice place for social
But it's
media.
not a terrible
It's
choice.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on it.
If
I
anyone
know
wants
you got a
to
little bit
know,
of lag going on over there in the screen. too.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. That might show up. I don't know. Let's hope not.
Yeah.
It says it's recording.
Yeah.
Well, see, I bought 2 recorders thinking that's all I'll ever need. And then I end up getting 2 guests. So I was like, all right, well, now I need a 3rd camera. So here we are.
compromise.
Right. It was either the phone or shove 2 of us on one camera, and then one guy was like left out. And that didn't feel right, so we just kind of doing it this way now.
Right.
So.
Right.
But it's been really, really cool having you guys out here. I appreciate every minute of time that you have given. Where would be the place to follow Remlia?
Definitely Facebook. That's
Definitely
where
Facebook.
most of our followers follow us is definitely Facebook.
And it's is there like any kind of like name like at Facebook dot Remlia or whatever?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that one. Our Instagram though, I have that one. It should be at Remlia22 on
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay, cool beans. And I'll make sure to find all those links and put them in the description too.
Yeah, I should have asked Denny there what all of our links were. Like I said, I'm not as
It's all right.
prepared.
Hey, dude, none of us are. You've seen me here today, so
Doing this on the fly for sure.
we are. I mean, you can't really plan it too far ahead because you never know where the conversation's going to go.
Exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, like, I can have an entire list of things to talk about, and then the whole conversation divvies off to something stupid, skateboarding or something like that. Nobody knows.
Point
Yeah,
A
so-
to point Z to point G.
Exactly. So I will make sure to get the links in the description for all of that. Thank you guys for coming out. As for the Recall the Moment stuff, we post a music video every couple of months, and we do this podcast once a month. Until then, peace and love, y'all.
Thanks for having us.